down, and oh my soul so weary. When troubles come and my heart burden then I am still and wait here in silence until you come.
So we want to recognize him, sir. I just want to say it's the church gathered here today, and we welcome you with humble felicitation to recognize that we are with you as God is doing something big. We want to hear from you, and we'd like to now invite you to come on stage and deliver your message to us, after which I have the privilege of just interviewing you and asking you a few questions.
I am strong when I am on your shoulders. Raise me up to more than I can be.
To the political battles that need to be fought, and then suddenly ending up in the Komtar building. And just share a little bit of glimpses from your personal life, how we can take some encouragement from this journey of faith.
Thank you, Dr. John. I think you talk about my personal journey. I would say that what sustained that faith is still the Holy Bible. And I think it's unfortunate, but sometimes the fact is that when you read the Bible many times, and then each time you read, you find different layers of meaning as well as understanding. The empathy, of course, only increases when we age. That's why they call it the golden age, because the understanding and wisdom enlarges. And it is unfortunate that your understanding of what Jesus went through, or my understanding of what Jesus went through, somehow is only revealed when we also suffer. The more we suffer, the closer we get to God. And that is somehow unfortunate, because we are supposed to think of God in good times rather than bad times. But we only think of Him only in bad times. And not as much as we should in good times. I'm sure we think of Him, but then I think probably it's only human nature that we think of Him more in bad times. So it is always during those moments of trials and tribulations that when we need sustenance and of course succor, I think we have the Holy Book to propel us forward. So if I can say is that do not lose hope, do not give up. Even at the darkest moments, just reach out for the Bible, because He is always there for you. And as I said, let the pieces fall what they may, because He has His designs. It may be not what you think is best for you, but I think His plans are always the best. So during my darkest days, I was wondering why I want to go to prison for something I didn't do. And when I was trying to help someone, a girl who was raped, why should I go to prison? No one understood. My family didn't understand. My children were so angry and so sad and so upset that probably, it's cut their perception of how they look at things, which was of course unfortunate. But I think even at those darkest moments, I never lost hope. Not because that I knew that I was going to be the chief minister, no. That was never my aim. But I felt that perhaps by doing so, that was part of God's plans, so that, society could come out better.
Why, AB, my question is, how can we collaborate with the government of Penang to serve the community?
If we can be a beacon of hope, fine. But what's most important is that I think you must show that you care for each other, that we should all live with human dignity. And your literacy programs, if you can, go for it. Helping distressed families, go for it. And of course, make sure that our young, when they grow up as tolerant, they grow up with wisdom, and not as people filled with hatred and violence. I think that is something that we must reject, and we must have the courage to take a very firm step.
But what if the good law prevails and in the next general election, your party, I'm not saying you, your party has an opportunity to move to Putrajaya, and your leader then, whoever it is, I'm not sure, okay, ask you which ministerial portfolio do you want to hold in the federal government, what would be your preference? Okay, I'll stop there.
And finally, the last question asked by Dr. John, I think he thought that was the most difficult question. But actually, for me, that is the easiest question. Because I'm a man with very simple needs and not very high ambitions. Whatever ambitions there are for that is all determined by God. So if you ask me what is my preference, I'll prefer to remain as a Penang Chief Minister. No Putrajaya for me. Thank you very much.